to a live watercolor tutorial. Today we will be painting a white horse. If you're watching live, feel free to say hi in the chat box. And if you are going to be painting along with me today, or if you're just hanging out, before we get started, I'll go over my supplies and a few other details. So you can find my outline here in the description of this video, and you can download it and transfer onto your watercolor paper. And also, if you don't know, the month of July is World Watercolor Month. And so I will be painting this horse for the second prompt for day 2, which is momentum. And I linked all about the World Watercolor Month in the description of this video if you guys wanted to learn more about it. Okay, now let's get started. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Allison. Allison is here too. Good morning. Okay, so the supplies I'm using is a block here. This is from Arches and it's cold press. And I think it's a size, what is it? A size 9 by 12 block. And the paints I plan on using are my Decadent Pies paints here. And I also have Moonglow from Daniel Smith. So yeah, I'll be using those colors. I might also use white gouache here because we are painting a white horse. So I feel like white gouache will come in handy. And then the brushes I plan on using is my Zen Art brush set here, which I recently got. And I've been trying out their brushes and I really love them. They're really nice, very pointy at the tip, which I really like, and they hold a lot of paint and water. But I'll probably use the size 8 round brush here, and also this size 2 rigger brush here. I'll probably use this for like the hair and stuff. So yeah, I linked all of the supplies I'm using in the description of this video for you guys. Okay, let's get started. Wow, a lot of you guys are here. How exciting. Leah is here. Hi, Leah, Kizzy, and Hannah. Terry Tiger, Annette, Margaret. Hi, guys. Okay, so if you're just joining live, I do have this outline that you can download in the description of this video for you. And then there's also a reference photo, and there's a whole list of supplies too that I'm using. Hi, Liz. Hi, Nidhi, Julie, Grain, Liz. I said Liz twice. I'm moving my camera a little closer so you guys can see. Hi, Ashton. Okay, so we need to mix some colors before we start painting. So I'm thinking for this white horse, I kind of want to paint it realistically, but also just kind of like use colors that are not really realistic. I just feel like that will be a lot of fun. So you can use whatever colors you want. But I'm going to mix a few colors here. Okay, first I need to clean off my palette. Okay, are any of you guys doing the World Watercolor Month? Who here is doing that? Even if it's just like for a day or 2 days or a week, are you doing it? I'm just doing it like today, and I might do it a few other days. Okay. I haven't even heard of World Watercolor Month until like a few weeks ago. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take some Moonglow here from Daniel Smith. And it is pretty fresh in this pan because I couldn't find my pan of it somewhere. Like I couldn't find it, so I had to fill another one up. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm just kind of adding some water to it. And the brush I'm using is my size 8 round brush from Zen Art. So this is the brush I'm using. And for the first part of this painting, we're going to work light. We don't want to start working dark, at least for me. I don't really want to start too dark. So I'm first adding this Moonglow with a lot of water, and then I'm going to add some of this mocha here from the Decadent Pious pan set. Hi! Hi guys! Wow, so many of you are here. Hi Sydney, Margaret. I said your name twice, I think, too. Grain says that maybe she will do World Watercolor Month over the weekend. Margaret says that she is doing World Watercolor Month. Hi, Zen Art Supplies is here. Yay. Hi, Shannon. Shannon says, good morning. It's been months since I've been able to watch your videos or paint. I can't wait until my remodeling gets finished. Well, I'm glad that you are here, Shannon, and hopefully you can paint soon. Okay, so I'm taking some of this white mocha from the Decadent Pious pan set, and I'm adding it to my Moonglow here because I want to make this lighter, and I like to add white paint like this to my paints to make them more of like a pastel version. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. Okay. All right, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. I'll just start with this color maybe and then see how it goes. Okay, Allison says, I'm hoping to do 2 days a week for World Watercolor Month. And it says, I have not heard about World Watercolor Month. What do you need to do? In that there's a prompt, a link to all about it in the description. Is just like there are prompts like every day. And so for instance, today it is momentum, and that's kind of why I chose a horse. I chose a horse because when I think of a horse, I think of it running like on the beach or like in the wild, and that's kind of how I thought of doing a horse for momentum. And then also the horse symbolizes strength. And yeah, so I think, yeah, that's kind of why. Okay, my mind is, to be honest, I'm really nervous today to paint this horse. I've never painted a horse before, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm looking at the reference photo here, and I think I'm going to start with his eyes. I like to start with eyes when I paint animals because the eyes, in my opinion, are the most important, and it's like where you get to see or like kind of see the animal's personality and see who they are. So I'm going to use the very tip of my brush here, my size 8 brush from Zen Art. And I'm first just going to paint in the eyes. Okay, so this is like the top part of the eye here, like the eyelashes. Okay. I'm really trying to take my time too. Now I'm painting the bottom part of the eye with the very tip of my brush. Okay, and then I know in the reference photo it is kind of hard to see the eye, so I had to figure out how the eye would look when I was doing the outline. Okay, and now I'm painting in the pupil. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so I'm painting in the center of the eye, and now when we do this part, we want to leave a little bit of white for the highlight of the eye. But if you don't, it's okay because you can always go in with some white gouache if you have any. Okay. Now I'm painting kind of that inner corner of the eye here. Ooh, okay. um, Zen Art Supply says, "Don't be nervous. We love watching you." Okay. I'll try not to be nervous. Annette says, "Thank you. I will try to do at least one a week." All right, so we have the eye kind of painted in. I'll probably go over it again with a darker color when that dries. Okay, so now I I'm going to paint in this line here around the eye. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with another brush, my size 10 round brush here from Zen Art, with just water. And I made sure that I dabbed it on my paper towel to soak up any excess water. Now I'm just gonna kind of blend this up. I like to work with two brushes at once when I paint. One to apply the paint and one to blend. This is just like my technique. So, okay. And if you look at the reference, there's like a line right here around the eye. So I'm gonna paint that in like that. And then again, I am going in with my brush that just has water. I call this my blending brush. I'm gonna blend down and then kind of up. I'm trying not to blend all the way to the eye. I want to leave a little bit of white on my paper underneath the eye. Okay. Hannah says, "Good morning. Oh boy, a horse. I can't wait. Wait, I can't paint along today, but I'll do it later. Just watching while I'm working right now." Nice. I can't wait to see your horse, Hannah, when you get the chance to paint it. All right. I think now I'm going to paint in his ear here. So I like to work on the main features first for animals, like most of the time, and then fill in the rest of the areas. So I'm going to first paint in that inner part of the ear, which is like, the darkest area. And then again, I'm going in with my blending brush, kind of blending up. And I'm using the very tip of this brush. Okay. And then, let's see, I think I'm gonna paint underneath the ear where there's a shadow. Now, a lot of this area here is going to be covered up with hair, so we wanna be careful not to add too much of this because the hair is white. So, I mean, we can always use white gouache too, but you wanna be careful about preserving some of our paper, the white of our paper. Okay. Margaret says, "This is my first time painting a horse too. I am too nervous painting a whole white horse, so I just paint another horse, not white, with only the head. Haha, I hope it would turn out okay." Margaret, that's probably really smart of you to do that. Knowing me, I make things so complicated. Like, I it's my first time painting a horse, and I would choose a white horse, which most of you know, painting white is probably really like hard for all of us. And then I choose like a whole the whole body of the horse, not just like the head. But You know what? It's okay. It's fine. So, okay. Yeah, I'm now painting in that nostril, and I'm gonna paint around the nostril now, but I'm going to leave a little bit of white on my paper right here. Okay. And then go in with my blending brush and blend it around. Okay. And I'm gonna add some more there. Who here has never painted a horse before? And who here has? I've always wanted to paint a horse, but I never have until today. So it's been on my list. Okay. And this is just the first layer. So when this layer, like when we're done painting this first layer, we will go back in, add more detail, add more like a shadow and depth. Okay, so I'm adding some of this color right there. Although if you look at the reference, it's not really dark right there, so I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. And then I'm kind of blending this up with my blending brush. Kendra says they've never painted a horse. Fallon says, "Hi Allison, I have kind of a busy day today, but wanted to pop in and say hi, and I hope you're doing well." Oh, thank you, Fallon. That's so kind of you to pop in and say hi. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I hope you're doing okay too. Zenart says, "This is Beatrice, and no, I never have." Do you think you ever would paint a horse? If you guys haven't, do you think you ever would? Okay. Let me see here. So it looks like there's a shadow right here, right by where the hair, like there's also hair here too, right before the hair. So I'm gonna add some shadow and going in with my blending brush now, okay? Now we need to be careful, especially if you don't have white gouache that you can use later to kind of paint in parts of the hair. You want to be sure that you don't add too much paint here because the hair is just right here. I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes it's hard to explain what I'm doing while also painting. Okay. I'm kind of just wow. Kind of blending this like that. Okay. Now it looks like there's a shadow right here. Like this. All right. So then I'm taking my blending brush again. And I'm blending this way. And up. All right. I think that looks okay. Maybe I added a little too much, but it's fine. Sarah says, "I've never painted a horse before." Annette says, "I've never painted one. Watching and we'll try it later." Tar Heel Tiger says, "It already looks amazing." Thank you. Okay. Now, let's move down. So we'll deal with the hair soon, but let's go ahead and just move on down the horse. Okay, it looks like there is shadow, maybe like right here. So I added some paint. Now I'm going in with my blending brush. And I'm looking at the reference. I'm trying to see, you know, where the shadow goes. Okay. And then when we get to this area here, looks like there's a shadow like that. Then again, I'm going in with my blending brush. Okay, then there's like another shadow here. So I'm just kind of adding this in with my blending brush because I have some paint in it. And like that. Okay. Kendra says maybe after today that she'll paint a horse. Kim, hi Kim. She says, wow, you're doing an amazing job. Love it. Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that my horse is kind of turning out like this because I was really nervous, guys. I still am to paint this horse. I've never painted one. Okay, so I added a shadow here where the leg here starts, and I'm kind of blending down now. Let's see. There's like a dark shadow here right before this leg. So I added that in. Now I'm kind of blending this up with my blending brush. Okay. So as you can see, like this first layer, we're just kind of lightly filling in areas. And then after this layer, when we have a lot of the horse filled in, like the shadows and stuff, it just makes it easier. So we're basically in the hardest stage of this painting. But once we're done with this layer, it becomes a lot easier. Okay, and then the leg right here, yeah, there's like a lot of shadow. And then again, I'm going in with my blending brush. Filling in the rest of this leg. Center Supply says, I'm not particularly, or I guess Beatrice is here. She says, I'm not particularly into painting animals, but I do love your interpretation of momentum. Thank you. Yeah, I had a few other ideas um, for this prompt, but the horse just really stood out to me the most. So that's kind of why I chose the horse. I thought of the monarch butterfly, but I already had like a monarch butterfly tutorial. And then I thought of like a bird of some sort, but the horse just really stood out to me for this prompt. So as you can see with my technique, I apply the paint where I want to put it, like the area, and then I go in with another brush. It just has water, and then I kind of work that paint and render it more and blend it. Have any of you guys rode a horse before? Have you gone horseback riding or um I have a long time ago. I went horseback riding, but that was like when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's been quite a while. Okay, so when we get to this area, I think I do want to add some more of this dark, like more of this color right here on the leg that's behind this one, just to help make them pop and stand out from each other. Okay. And then I think this is called the hoof. Is that right? Am I right? So I'm going to fill this in. And then now I'm going in with this other brush and just kind of rendering it more. And then there's one right here, but we want to leave a little bit white of our paper in between them. This will just help them stand out from each other. And I'm just going to use this one brush, not my blending brush, and just kind of fill this in. And I'm using like the very tip of my brush here. Okay. How's it going, guys? Those of you who are painting a horse with me. Ned, he says, painting with you. We'll post it as soon as I complete it. Yay, I can't wait to see it. Hannah says, I'm sure Liz is cheering you on for this one. Yeah, she is. I think Liz is here. Are you here, Liz? Liz has a horse. So, and she loves horses. All right, so let's move on this way. So this leg here, there's like a shadow, and then it's like kind of like that. Now I'm going in with my blending brush here. Blending this out, up a little bit. I'm looking at the reference a lot, making sure that I am adding shadow where I should be. Liz is here. Yeah, she is. She says, looking great, Allison is amazing. You're so kind, Liz. Thank you. Okay, the belly, I don't know yet if I want to make that dark or what. In the reference, it looks like there isn't really much of a shadow. So let's move on to this area here. So there's like a shadow right here. Then I'm going in with my blending brush, blending down. Okay. I need to mix more of that color. So again, I'm using Moonglow from Daniel Smith. And then I mixed some of the white mocha from the Decadent Pies pan set into it to make it more of like a pastel. Kendra says, gosh, it's so beautiful. Thank you. Joyce is here. Hi Joyce, good morning. She says, I don't think I have watched a horse painting tutorial. For me, horses are difficult to draw, much less paint. Do you think you'll give it a try, Joyce? Okay, so there's like a dark shadow right here. So I'm just gonna paint this in like that, and then go in with my blending brush. Okay, and then yeah, there's like a dark shadow here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of white on my paper in between those two shadows. This area is a little tricky. Okay, and then I'm kind of adding some more back here on this back leg. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more shadow, like right here. Okay. Now this back leg, there's the most shadow right here, then it kind of becomes a little lighter. And then when we get to this area, it looks like there's more shadow. And I'm gonna kind of fade that shadow out this way. And I'm gonna add some shadow here. Switch to my blending brush. Blend this way. And down. Okay. Then I'm gonna add some shadow all along the leg here. I'm kind of accidentally making the leg a little bigger than what it is. It's okay, it's fine. And I'm blending. I might have to go in with some white gouache later and kind of fix that. And then I'm gonna paint in this foot. And then I'm using like the very tip of my brush to fill this in. I love how pointy the tips of these brushes are. It's really nice. Because with these brushes, they're kind of big. At least for me, I'm used to painting small with small brushes. But I can use them for small areas and large areas. Okay, I might have to make this a little bigger here. All right. Julie, hi. She says it's looking beautiful. Thank you. Joy says, yeah, I'll give it a try. I will at least practice drawing. I'm excited to see how yours comes out. Me too. I hope it does turn out good at the end. Okay, I'm gonna work on this leg now, and I'm gonna add some shadow here. And then switch to my blending brush. Blend this way so that one side of the leg is darker than the other side. Hannah says, are these your silver black velvet brushes? I'm using my Zen art brushes, a size 10 and a size 8. And then I have the size 2 that I think I might use. Size 2 rigger brush. These Zen art brushes I've been trying out lately, and I really like them. They're really good. Okay. I'm going to add some shadow here. Blend. I might also add some like shadow along this leg too. And then blend. Okay, I kind of extended that leg a little too much, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna paint in the foot. I'm using the very tip of my brush to do this. Okay. Zen Art Supply says Allison is using our black tulip brush set. And then they say soon she will receive our brand new watercolor paints. They are on their way. Yay! I'm so excited to try those. Okay, I'm going to add some shadow now, right here, okay? And then I'm going in with my blending brush. blending along the back leg here. Okay. And now I know that the horse is like pretty light back here, but I want to have the horse kind of stand out from the paper. Um, unless you guys, if you want, you can add some background. I guess I'll wait because maybe I'll add some background. I don't really know yet. So let's just leave the back here unpainted for now and the belly right here. And I guess now we can kind of work the hair, which to be honest, I'm quite nervous about. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah says, beautiful horse, Allison. Hannah says, awesome. I just saw that you linked the brushes. I'm needing to replace some soon. Yeah, I like these brushes a lot, like the set. They come with like some larger brushes too, like these. And then also these round brushes I use the most just because I'm a round brush person. And I can use like the very tip for details. And then, okay, my camera is not focusing. Okay, there we go. Anyways, now time for the hair. So for the hair, it's white because it's, you know, a white horse. So we want to kind of maybe first paint in like the shadows of the hair, and then we can paint in more detail later on. So I'm needing to mix more of this color. Those of you who are painting with me, what color are you using for your horse? Are you using what I'm using? Moonglow and Decadent Pies pan set? I guess right now the only color I'm using out of this pan set is the white mocha, but I might use the other colors too. Okay, so again, for the hair, we still want to start with a lighter color first, and then we'll add in darker colors. Hannah says, oh, that cat's tongue brush can do great stuff, I'll bet. Yeah, to be honest, I've never really used a cat tongue brush. I'll have to like learn about that. I don't have much experience. Hi Shreya. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top of the head. The horse does have another ear right here that kind of pokes out. So let's go ahead and kind of paint that in. So I'm painting in the back part like that. And then I'm taking my blending brush, using the very tip here. I'm kind of filling in the rest. So that one side of that ear is darker. Okay, I'll paint kind of the bottom part too. Okay. All right, guys, who's ready to paint the hair? I am quite nervous about this. I'm going to start with the shadow. It looks like there's like a shadow here. So the hair kind of sweeps this way, like that. So I'm going to add like a shadow here, like that. And then I'm going to go in with my blending brush. I'm going to blend this way. Okay. And also like the hair kind of sweeps this way a little bit, and this way. And then I'm going in with my blending brush. Okay. If you have white gouache, you might want to use that too. I will plan on using white gouache too. If you don't, you want to really try to be careful not to add too much shadow, because you want your hair to still look like it's white. Okay. I feel like the reference photo is like really edited. I think they kind of, at least it kind of looks like that. Maybe some of the hair has been cut out. I don't really know. Then I'm going in with my blending brush again, kind of paying attention to the direction of the hair and try not to paint everywhere with this color, because I still want it to look like white hair. Hannah says, I just got Moonglow about a month ago. I love it so much. It has appeared in all my paintings since I got it. I kind of love it as much as Payne's Gray. I'm the same. Oh my gosh. I've recently used Moonglow instead of Payne's Gray in my art, and it's, yeah, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna add some hair shadow right there. Go in with my blending brush. Okay. Just take your time with this. Really look at the reference and don't rush this part. Okay. I'm first kind of working the hair that kind of sweeps along his neck or her neck, and then I'll add some that like drifts upward. Okay. Yeah, this part is quite challenging. I love Moonglow because it's a granulating paint. And so there are like lots of colors in it, like blues and purples and like pinks. Okay. Oh my gosh. Was I out of focus this whole time? I think it's like focusing on my hand. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So the hair is mostly filled, like I still have to add a lot more, but yeah, I'm gonna add some that kind of blows upward. Okay, now I'm going to work on the tail too. I'll first start with like the outer part of the tail. Take my blending brush. I need some more shadow in the middle of the tail. Okay, and then on the back. I don't want to add this color right next to right here because I kind of want to leave a little bit of white, at least for now, so that the tail kind of, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. This is how I get sometimes during live streams. I'm like nervous and then I kind of lose my train of thought. Okay. Especially if I'm painting something that I'm kind of nervous about. All right. So our horse is kind of like, you know, all filled in. This is like the first layer. All right, guys. So we did like all of the hard work. Now the second layer is going to be easier. At least that's what I like to tell myself. I hope it will be easier. Um, Thank you, Annette. She says he's looking good. Thank you. All right, so for this next layer, you can like use the same color you've been using, or mix another color, or use a darker version of the color you were using. So for me, I am going to use a darker version first, and then maybe I'll add in some other colors from this Decadent Pies pan set, like the blueberry or blackberry color, or even this one here, the peach cobbler one would look really pretty with the purple, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to take Moonglow, add it to my palette. Now this time I'm not going to add any of that white mocha that I added. And I'm not going to add as much water either. This will make it darker. I just want to add enough water to make this easy to paint with. Hannah says, I love granulating paints. It's always fun to see what effects you can get from them. I especially enjoy the granulating green. The colors that come out in Moonglow are beautiful. I agree. And the greens, like Green Appetite Genuine from Daniel Smith, oh my gosh. It's like one of my most favorite greens ever. Okay, now we're going to go back into the eye, and this time we're just going to darken some areas. So I'm going to darken the pupil here, and I'm leaving some of that lighter color and some of the white on my paper unpainted. This will give him a highlight in his eyes, give him life. And I'm like using the very tip of my brush too. And then I am going to paint in the corner of his eye. And I'm going to go in now with my blending brush, blend this corner along, kind of blend it out, and then blend this corner up a little bit. And then going to paint more of his eye here. Okay. And then it looks like, yeah, he has like eyelashes too. All right. I really like how that looks. I don't want to mess anymore with it, at least for now. Knowing myself, if I keep messing with his eye, I'll mess it up. So, Allison says, I love Blue Petite Genuine too. It's an amazing granulating color. I don't think I have tried that one. I don't think I have that one. Hannah says, what size paper are you painting on? The size of my watercolor block is 9 by 12, and the painting size is 8 by 8. Oh, Allison says it's Blue Appetite Genuine. Okay. All right, so I'm painting in his nostril. And then I'm going to go in with my blending brush. Work this more. Blend it down. And then I have some in my blending brush, so I'm kind of adding that over here now. And I'm going to add some more shadow here. Blend. And then I'm going to paint in his mouth. Okay. And it looks like there is some like shadow here that I kind of didn't paint in. So now I'm kind of blending that shadow up this way. And then there is some shadow that we didn't paint in, like right here. Okay. feel like I added a little too much shadow here. I'm going to kind of wipe some away. And there is like shadow up here. So as you can see, I like, oh my gosh, I keep hitting my phone. I'm sorry. I like add my paint and then I go in with another brush and work it. I don't know why I use this technique, but it's just how I like to paint. So now if you don't have white gouache, you might want to really be careful in this area about his hair. You don't want to add too much of this. Hannah, hi Hannah, she says, hello, what pen brush are you using? I am using the Zen Art Tulip brush set. Zen Art 8 round, 10 round. I linked them in the description of this video if you wanted to look up more about them. Okay, now I'm gonna paint in his ear more, like this dark area here, dark part of his ear. Blend up with my blending brush. I'm gonna add some more shadow right here behind his ear. Blend this way. Hannah says, knowing when to stop painting in an area is just as important as any other painting techniques. I tend to overdo. Yes, exactly. It's so easy to overwork an area. Margaret says, your horse looks amazing already, and I love the blending technique. Thank you, Margaret. Hannah says to the other Hannah, they are the Zen brushes. Oh, thanks, Hannah, for saying that. Let's see. Hannah, the other Hannah says, I have only just started watching you, but you have really inspired me. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that I can inspire you and others here. It means a lot. Yeah, it means a lot to me to help you guys. Okay, so I'm adding some shadow right before his ear, and then I'm going in with my blending brush. All right. And I'm going to add some shadow right before his ear. This will help his ear stand out more. Okay. Add some shadow like here. Yeah, so the second layer, we're just kind of going back in, adding more shadow and depth to the horse. But if you don't have white gouache where you can kind of touch up areas in the hair and stuff, you might want to be extra careful about how much shadow you add. Margaret says, I agree with you, Hannah. I always do the same too. Hi, Susie. I'm so happy you're here. Susie says, hi, Allison. Here for a bit. I love what I'm seeing. Amazing. You're so talented. Thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you, Susie. That means a lot. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some more shadow right here. And then go in with my blending brush. I need to probably stop saying that. I just keep saying, oh, I'm going in with my blending brush in case people are just joining the live and they don't know that I use two brushes. Okay. Kind of added a little too much, I think, here. But yeah, that looks fine. It's okay. Then some more shadow here. Those of you guys who are in the US, do you guys have any July 4th plans? And those of you who are not, do you have any fun weekend plans? Okay, I added some shadow here on this leg and kind of blending down and over. I am going to be seeing family this weekend. Some family I haven't seen for a long time, so that'll be fun. I'm just kind of wiping some of this away. I feel like I added too much here, so okay. And then I'm gonna add some more shadow here. Okay, so I want these two legs to stand out from each other. And this back one, I'm gonna add some more shadow. Kim says, yesterday it was my birthday. Happy birthday, Kim. And then she says, but we always celebrate my birthday on the 4th of July. So so we're having family over and cooking out. Shelly says, I'm a bit late to the live. I agree with Susie. Your horse is amazing. I'm seeing momentum. Thank you, Shelly. Will you be painting this horse, Shelly? Okay, I'm adding more shadow back here on this back leg to help these two legs stand out from each other. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some more Moonglow here. and to the back one. And as you can see on this hoof, is that what this is called? I really should have looked up what the anatomy of a horse. I left some light of that light layer right here. This will really help make these two stand out from each other. And then add a little bit more. Okay, I thought that was it, Liz. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm gonna add some shadow back here. Okay, I thought it would be cool to add like a really nice, like, cool background, but I don't think I'm gonna have time for that. So if you do plan on adding like a background, you could keep the belly white like that. I guess it just depends on the color of your background. Like if it's a light color, you might want to add a dark color like I'm doing. I'm just adding a little bit to make him stand out from the white on my paper. Then more shadow behind this leg. Then I'll add some more shadow back here. Okay, now onto these legs. I'm gonna add a darker shadow here. Okay. I guess that looks okay. I kind of extended this leg a little too much. And then yeah, I'm gonna add some shadow here too. Shelly says, I'm definitely inspired too. It requires a lot of skill. All that beautiful shading, I love it. It's in the queue. I'm still working on my seahorse. I finished the stripes and started on the shading. Oh my gosh, Shelly, I'm so excited to see your seahorse. That seahorse tutorial is actually, what was I gonna say? I thought it would be harder than what it actually was. So I feel like it's great for beginners. But I mean, it is kind of challenging too. But I really thought it would be very, very challenging. Okay, I'm adding some shadow back there. Blending. So we were just talking about a seahorse tutorial, and that's actually inside my Nature with Watercolor membership, which I haven't really announced it yet, but it is open. It was closed for a while, but it is open. So if you wanted to learn more about it, you can find the link in the description of the video. Okay. All right. Oh, hi Claire. She says, wow, looks fabulous. Thank you. Hannah says, I like your painting better than the photo. Thanks, Hannah. That's really nice of you to say. Okay, guys, it is time to do the artist spotlight. So we're gonna take a minute break here. A minute break from painting, okay? And if you are new here, every Friday I go live with a tutorial and we spotlight an artist. So for a chance for you to get featured in a live watercolor tutorial, all you have to do is use the hashtag AllisonLionArtTutorial when you post to Instagram. When you post your finished painting from my tutorial to your Instagram. And today it is, I'm trying to bring up her Instagram here. Ashton. It is Ashton. So let me get her up. She did my orchid tutorial from last Friday. So isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so if you wanted to support her, follow her on Instagram, you can find it in the description of this video, but her art is just gorgeous, isn't it? So pretty. Very pretty Ashton. I think she was here. I don't know if she still is. But anyways, let's continue this horse now. Okay, I have to set up my camera again. Oh, okay. How is your guys' horse coming along? Whew. Joy says, such a lovely horse. I'm curious to see what kind of background you add. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will add a background, Joyce. I'm not sure yet. Annette says, how can one practice the blending that you are doing for fine detail? How can one practice the blending? I do have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. It's a leaf tutorial. Just if you want, you can message me and I'll send you the link to that tutorial. But that I use my whole entire blending technique throughout the whole entire tutorial, and You might find that when helpful to like learn how to blend. The tip is to not to, of course, work with 2 brushes at once, and then your blending brush to only have it be a little wet. You don't want it to be too wet. So you always have to like dab your brush on your paper towel to make sure it's not too wet. Okay, I'm going to add a shadow to the back here, just a little bit, and then going in with my blending brush. I'm blending up and then this way. Okay. This will just help him stand out from the paper. And I'm gonna add some shadow here. Okay. There is a little bit of shadow like right here that I did not add in yet. Okay. Now I'm going to work the hair more. Let me look at the reference. I think I do want to add first some more detail around the eye, like above the eye. There's like a little shadow. And then in the corner of the eye. Okay. Aw, yeah, you guys have to go follow Ashton for sure. Liz says, my horse looks like a pony. I think that's okay, Liz. Ponies are cute. Ashton says, I'm still here, just kind of lurking in the background and listening while I do things. Thanks for the feature. You're welcome. Allison, yeah, says, beautiful work, Ashton. Okay. Let's add some more shadow to some areas before we add more detail. I'm gonna add some here. So this is how watercolor painting goes, at least for me. I like kind of build up the detail and the shadow as I go. So yeah, I might work more areas than I do other areas. And I think I will add some shadow here on the neck. Okay. Now I will add some more shadow to the hair. And then I'll go in with some white gouache too. I feel like wet gouache is going to be very helpful for painting the hair because the hair is probably the hardest part of this tutorial. With some hair kind of flowing away. Shelly says, I learned that if the blending brush is too wet, the paint runs away from it. I've been practicing Allison's blending technique over and over again. And then she says, I've successfully blended a few times, but still need more practice. I'm not giving up. Yeah, don't give up, Shelly. You're doing great. I feel like I need to work on the top of his head more. Okay, I'm gonna add some hair here, kind of like let it flow in front of him a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, this is turning out all right. I'm quite nervous, that's why I'm not really talking much. I think it's turning out okay. All right. Now I'm gonna go back into his hair again, add even more shadow in some areas. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some that are sticking out. All right. Sorry if I'm working a little quick. I don't want this tutorial to be like 3 hours or something. I'm just kind of going back over areas of the hair, making sure that I am adding enough shadow, but not too much shadow either. Okay. I do wanna add a little bit more to the top of his head. I feel like the top of his head just kind of looks a little flat. All right. Now the tail. Liz says, wow, I made a huge mess. I will clean up so I can get to work. Oh no, Liz. Sarah says, you could put a gold circle around him. Sarah, that is such a good idea. A gold circle? That would be really cool. Julie says, you were so nervous about painting this horse that you did a beautiful job. Julie, yeah, you're right about that. I was so nervous, but I don't know what is happening. Like, I really thought this horse, I don't know. I was terrified to paint him today, guys. I don't know what happened, but he is turning out pretty good. Like, way better than I thought he would. I say that and then now I'm gonna mess up. No, I shouldn't say that. Okay. I like this. I'm basically like using one color for this painting so far, and it's pretty cool. This is also a great way to practice painting realistically, like just using one color, because you then just focus on the values, and the values of the painting is really how something looks realistic, not the colors. Okay. Cool. I like it. Trying to think, do I even want to use white gouache for the hair? Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm gonna go back in the hair and add a little bit more detail. Maybe just the very tip of my brush. Okay, that one's a little too much. Hannah says, I always make a huge mess when I paint. And then the other Hannah says, I love it. It looks like it is flying. Yay. Thank you. You're welcome, Annette. Patty says, better late than never. Allison, your horse is gorgeous. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Patty. Shirley says, maybe Allison should add some wings. Pegasus. Okay. Trying to think what else I want to add. Maybe I will try white gouache in some areas. And I do want to add a little bit more color. So let's do that. Okay. Let me see. Do I want to add this color? Maybe, no, that's way too, oh my gosh, that's way too much. Way too intense. What about this one? No, okay. Do you guys like the just using one color, or should I try another color too? Like I have gold here, this goldish color, that pistachio cream. There's also this one, the peach cobbler, which is here, I think. I don't know. I like how it is. I just thought the peach cobbler would look really pretty with this color. Okay, while I'm thinking, I'm going to use some white gouache. This is what I have. Liz says add some watered down shimmers. Okay, Liz, you are right. I need to add some shimmers. Like, what am I thinking? Duh. So let's put away this decadent pies and get some shimmers out. Okay, I'm gonna go find some. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Who here loves shimmer paint or like glittery watercolor paint? I use KMS Watercolor. This is like my favorite set from her. I'll link her shop after this live tutorial. So if you're watching the replay, her shop should be linked already. Oops. And I have like this other one, opal, which would be pretty. What other colors do I have? I have this one here. This would be perfect. It's called Sunset and Bali. She might not have some of these colors in her shop now because she like introduces colors, but then when they sell out, then she like moves on to another kind of color. But anyways, I also have this one here. This is called Disco, which is so fun. I might use that. Okay. See how easily Liz convinced me to do shimmer colors. They're so fun. Okay, I'm gonna read some of your comments. Liz says, Holbrook, Arizona has the best 4th of July. Most towns in Arizona can't have fireworks, but we don't have any vegetation where we do our fireworks, so it's a go. And then she says, the volunteer firefighters put on a huge pit roast barbecue with a secret sauce. That's the best. Ooh, that sounds fun, Liz. Yeah, it seems like you guys vote that I should paint with shimmers. Yay. Okay. I think maybe I'll first start out with this one. So I'll take my size 8 round brush from Zen Art and reactivate this. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Oh yeah, that is just so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'll have to give you guys a close-up when I'm done. I need some of this. Claire says, I can see this horse being a mystical unicorn. I love sparkles. You know what? That would be so cool. Maybe I'll have to make this horse in a unicorn. Yeah, this is so pretty. I'll add a little bit of this one and a little bit of another one. Okay. So pretty. Okay. Now, you guys have to vote on the next one I add. Do you vote Star Bright or Disco? So what one, guys? Let me know in the live chat. Star Bright, which is this one here, or Disco? Okay. So far, 4 of you say Star Bright. Okay, it looks like most of you say Star Bright. Okay, okay. Star Bright it is. It takes a minute to reactivate. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I'll also add a little bit in his eye. Okay, a little bit more. Maybe I'll add some right here. Okay. Hannah says, I use KMS shimmers. Love them. I'm working on a fish painting and just keep adding the shimmers. Again, knowing how to stop. I know, it's really easy to go overboard when you paint with shimmer paints. Like, it's so easy. I've had to learn the hard way several times on how to limit myself and like know when to stop. Okay, so I'm using white gouache now. Add some final details, and again I'm using my Zen Art brushes. This is a size 8 round, and I'm just kind of using the very tip here. And I have my reference photo out. I'm just going to add some details in the hair. Okay. All right. So that's a little too much. I'm gonna take my other brush, which is water. Kind of work that white gouache a little bit more. Okay. It's also easy to go overboard on the gouache. Like, you have to be careful not to add too much. Julie says, I love the turtle painting on your wall. Thank you. Yeah, I recently painted that as a tutorial for my Nature with Watercolor membership. Okay, I'm almost done. I feel like I could definitely spend more time on him, but you know, guys, like I can't I can't be live for like 6 hours. But yeah, I'm pretty happy how he turned out. I'm pretty pleased with it. And I hope you guys are too with your horse paintings. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of white gouache now to the tail. Okay. Cleaning my brushes. What do you guys think? Okay. Thank you guys. Hi, Eric. Annette says, you've done an awesome job. Thank you. Margaret says, do you always use the smaller size brush to blend? Honestly, like I feel like I prefer blending with a larger brush than a smaller one. Yeah, Claire. Yeah, here's a close-up for you guys. Hold on, let me angle it so you can see the shimmer. The more purpley one is the Sunset and Bali, and then the more like bluish greenish one is the Star Bright. I know, shimmers are like so fun. Yeah, I love it. I'm pretty happy with it. Joy says it needs a horn. Okay. I'll keep you guys updated. Okay. Here, should I make him into a unicorn? Should I, guys? I won't do that right now, but if you think if you think I should, I will. I feel like that would be cool, but I also like how he looks now. What do you guys think? Should I add a horn to him? No wings. Guys, no wings, because I feel like that would just, that would be so difficult. I don't know, I guess I could try wings, but I would be afraid of like messing him up. Should I add a horn? Thank you, everyone. I'm so happy you like it. I can't wait to see your horse. You need to use the hashtag on Instagram, Allison Lane Art Tutorial, and tag me so I can see yours, because I would love to. Yeah, I agree, Claire. Shimmer gives it an extra, just something extra, something like extra special. Yeah. Yeah, Shelly. Okay, so it looks like some of you guys says to leave it. Okay, I'll leave it as it is. Yeah. All right. Cool. I love it. Thank you everyone for joining me for this live tutorial. Now, don't forget, World Watercolor Month is this month in July. So if you wanted to learn more about it, there's a link in the description of this video. And also a link, like a whole list of supplies I used. A link to my Zen art brushes that I used too. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy July 4th to my American subscribers. And if you're not in the US, I hope you have a great weekend. You should, Joyce. You should definitely paint a unicorn. All right. Take care, guys. I appreciate you so much. And I can't wait to see your horse. And have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Be safe. I appreciate you. It's so hard to say goodbye, but I have to say goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye, Joyce. Bye, Beatrice from Zen Art Supplies. It was nice that you were here. Bye, Annette. Margaret, Claire, Shelley, Liz, Sarah, Hannah, Crumley, Patty. Read off some more of your names. Who else was here? I've gone live for too long. I'm starting to like lose my mind. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, Leah.